Rosie and Jim, Tales from the Rag Doll, Volume 2. Hello, I'm John. Rosie and Jim are two dolls who live on the good boat Rag Doll. I travel here and there looking for stories to tell. Then I write my stories down, all about Rosie and Jim and what they will get up to if only they could come to life. Duck sits on top of the boat and keeps an eye on things. Here are all my Rosie and Jim stories. And the first story is The Runaway Sock. One rainy day, Rosie and Jim had a basket full of dirty washing on their boat. "Boo! What's that, Pong?" said Jim. "It's one of your dirty socks," said Rosie. "It's jumped out of the washing basket. Quick, catch it!" Jim's sock ran this way and that way, and Rosie and Jim ran after it, but they could not catch it. Rosie and Jim sang their Pong song. It went like this. "I'll sing you a song about a Pong. A Pong that tickles your nose. Is it long? Is it strong? Your pongy old song? It's a question that nobody knows." "Nobody knows?" "Why, 10 little toes, all snug in a stocking, stink so shocking." "But they do." "Yes, they do. Like a skunk in the zoo. Oh poo, oh poo, oh puffety poo," and that's it. Then they went to the launderette and pushed all their dirty socks and knickers in a washing machine. They went whizzy, 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 round and round, and came out clean. But some were too little, and some were much too big, and Jim still had only one red sock. Back on the boat, Duck had a new hat, a pongy red hat. "My sock!" cried Jim. He popped it in the sink and washed it clean and hung it out to dry next to his other sock. Back together at last. "A nice clean pair of red socks," said Jim. "About time," said Rosie. Music. Rosie and Jim came to a big house in the countryside. They went in to have a look. It was full of pianos. "Ooh, noggin," said Rosie. "I wish I could play the piano." Jim had a try. It didn't sound very nice. Then, click whiz, the piano began to play by itself. What a jolly tune. "Would you like the first dance?" said Rosie. "My pleasure," said Jim. They danced all round the room. "Look," said Jim. It was a man playing an accordion. "Hello," said Jim. "I like your music." "It's fizzy," said Rosie. The accordion player said nothing. He didn't even smile. "He's not friendly," said Jim. A flap fell open at the back of the man. "Look," said Jim, "he's full of wheels." "There are no wheels in there," said Rosie, poking Jim's tummy. "Just rags," said Jim. "More cuddly," said Rosie. "That's right," said Jim. They gave each other a cuddle. "Time to go home," said Rosie. Upside Down World. Rosie and Jim were going for a walk when they saw a sleepy little bat. "Hello," said Jim. "Do you know you're upside down?" "I'm not," said the bat. "It's you that's upside down." "Are we?" said Jim. "And all the world?" said Rosie. "Yes," said the bat, "and you look very, very funny." "Noggin," said Rosie. "I'm hungry," said the bat. "Would you like some yoghurt?" said Rosie. "Is it the right way up?" said the bat. Rosie turned her yoghurt upside down. It all spilled on the ground. "Messy creature," said the bat. "Oh dear, I'm so hungry." Rosie found a sandwich in her bag and held it upside down. "Bats don't eat sandwiches," said the bat. "What can we do?" said Jim. "Here comes Mum," said the bat. "She knows." The bat's mother gave it a good drink of bat's milk as it hung in its tree. "That's better," said the bat. "Time to waken up now." Time for bed, said Rosie. For us, said Jim. The Curly-Whirly Gates. Rosie and Jim came to some curly-whirly gates. I wonder who lives there, said Rosie. Let's go and see, said Jim. But the curly-whirly gates would not open. The sun came out and made everything hot. The curly-whirly gates began to uncurl. They're made of toffee, said Jim. Yum, yummy, said Rosie. They ate the toffee until there was a hole in the gates, and they went into the garden. They came to a curly-whirly bridge over deep water. We can't walk on that, said Jim. It'll melt and drop us in the water. Oh, noggin, said Rosie. I want to see that house. A man came out of the house with a big hammer. Hello, he said. I'm the blacksmith. Do you want to walk on my bridge? We don't want to fall in the water, noggin, said Rosie. My bridge is an iron bridge, said the blacksmith. It won't melt in the sun. He clanged his hammer on the bridge to show them. Rosie and Jim walked across the bridge. He was right, said Rosie. But you can't eat it, said Jim. Gobbin, said Rosie. Jelly. Rosie and Jim were in the kitchen of the Good Boat Rag Doll when Rosie said, Let's make a jelly. All right, said Jim. Let's make a jelly cat, said Rosie. The jelly cat jumped out of the mould and said, Meow. It's alive, said Jim. It wants a friend, said Rosie. They made another jelly cat. The jelly cat said, Meow. They want something to play with, said Jim. They made 2 jelly mice. The jelly cats chased the jelly mice. They want somewhere to play, said Rosie. So Rosie and Jim made jelly trees and jelly grass and jelly fields. The jelly cats and the jelly mice chased each other faster and faster. They got hotter and hotter. At last, they all melted away. All that was left was a jelly puddle. Rosie and Jim brought their plates. They scooped up some jelly and had a feast. Lovely, said Jim. Lovely, said Rosie. A Brick in Time. Rosie and Jim saw a little pig in a field. It had a big pile of straw, and it was trying to build a house. Hello, called Jim. I know, said Rosie. You must be one of the 3 little pigs. Don't build a straw house, said Jim. The wolf will blow it down, said Rosie. How do you know, said the pig. We've read the story, said Jim. Use bricks, said Rosie. I haven't got any bricks, said the little pig. We'll get you some, said Rosie. Rosie and Jim ran to the brickworks. They borrowed a wheelbarrow and bought a load of bricks with their pocket money. Then they ran all the way back. The field was empty. All that was left were the ruins of a blown-away straw house. It's gone, said Jim. Oh dear, said Rosie. I hope the wolf didn't get it. They went on to the next field, and there they saw 3 little pigs. They had a house of sticks, and it was all in ruins. You were right, said the first little pig. The wolf did blow my house away. And mine, said the second little pig. You can use our bricks, said Rosie and Jim. They helped the 3 little pigs to build a house of bricks, and when the wolf came, he huffed and he puffed, and he couldn't blow it down. Told you so, said Rosie. A nice change. Rosie and Jim were going along on the Good Boat Rag Doll when Rosie said, Ooh, Jim, I feel fed up. I think I'll change. What will you change into? Said Jim. Well, said Rosie, I think I'll change into... A butterfly, said Jim. Change into a butterfly, and I will as well, and we'll have beautiful wings. Said Rosie. It sounds nice, but—" "Or," said Jim, "we could change into lizards." "Lizards?" said Rosie. "Oh, Jim, I don't want to be a lizard." "We could lie and sunbathe all day," said Jim, "and have flies for our dinner." "Yuck," said Rosie. "I don't want to be a lizard. I truly don't. I think I'll change into a budgie," said Jim. "Let's change into budgies. We'd be such lovely colours. And we could fly and play all day long." "No," said Rosie. "I think I'll just change into a new dress." "Lovely," said Jim. "And you can change into some clean jeans," said Rosie. "All right," said Jim.